Capturing a child's personality is our topic on Luminar Coffee Break. Let's see what we can accomplish in 10 minutes or less, starting now. Well, hello everyone. All right, so this is going to be a really cool topic today because we want to learn how to capture the child's personality and of course edit it using Luminar. So this is kind of a two-parter. The first part is how do we get the personality? How do we take a child, and let's say you don't know them, how to pull that personality out of them to get them excited to take photos with you, to capture it, and then of course, how do we edit it? I'm going to start with the edit real quick because I know that's why a lot of you tuned in. So I'm going to show you how I edited a couple of these images. So let me come up here for a moment and I'll click on the favorites. All right, so these will be the three images we'll start with the editing on. Now, the edit was real quick. Let's let it render for a moment. And I'm going to start from the beginning. This is what it looks like after I did the edit. And I'm going to show you how I actually created it within just a simple click of a template. All right, here we go. There, so that came in. All right, and here's history. And I'm gonna come all the way down to here's the original image. All right, so straight out of the camera, it looks really good, but we could do a little bit better. So I'm gonna click on my favorites. Flawless is one of the templates that came pre-installed in Luminar, and you check it out. Look at this. One click, and the image looking, I want it. I'll come over to edit. Now, obviously, each images are going to be slightly different depending on how we took them. So here's before, here's after. Look how it just makes the image look better. What I do want to do is come down into the light tool, and I want to enrich the black tone just a little bit more. And now, if you're noticing, there's a lot of green in here, and I shot this at a very shallow depth of, which we'll get into in a moment. So what I need to do is come over to color and the entire image. So globally desaturate it and then bring back some of the see. So saturation is going to deal with all of the colors. Vibrancy will deal with colors. All right. And look how it kind of cleaned up his tone on his face. We could check to see if there's any color cast. Give it a second to run. All right, I'm going to put a little more saturation in. Actually, that looks good, but that green is kind of bugging me a little bit. So let's come over here to the HSL. If you don't see it, just click on the drop-down menu, and we're going to go to luminance. Now with luminance, it's going to dictate the brightness of each of these colors. So let's take green and just bring the luminance down a bit. And then while we're at it, come to saturation. And again, I want to desaturate that green just a little bit, just because I felt like it was competing much with the child. All right, so there we have it. That was a real quick outdoor portrait, real quick edit. I used Flawless, and Flawless used, of course, different portrait tools. And one of the tools it used that I absolutely love, of course, is right here, Eye Enhancer. Look at this. So look how great his eyes are just jumping off the page at us. Give it a time, give it a moment to render. And again, we can go a little bit further if we wanted to enhance the eyes. And flare in there. All right, and we're good. And actually, this would be a good crop. If you have something this big, I actually like that crop, this crop here. That looks cool. And you know what we may want to do is come down here to super contrast. The shirt's blown out a little bit. So let's bring in the balance a little bit. Here we go. There we are. All right, so I brought back some of the detail in that shirt, and there we have it. So before and after. All right, so that's great. Now, let me get back to the original images. There. All right, now what I want to do is I'm going to walk you through how I actually got the shot. Now, there were 3 kids in the family, and the little brother, sister, and an older sister. The little boy wanted nothing to do with these photos, all right? So look at this right here. That was his very first shot, all right? Now, let's look at the timestamp real quick. 8:02, all right? Remember that number, 8:02. So here's his original shot. And I'm going to show you how I built it up. By the time we got done here, let's look at the timestamp again. It's 8:04. So within 2 minutes, we capture this entire series of the little brother. You have to know when to stop, all right? So in this case here, let me make this a little bit larger for us. You can definitely tell, now he wasn't into it at first. Normally, I would start with an older children and then let the younger watch and get excited. In this case, I went to him and I had his sisters helping out. So his sisters can laugh. They were standing behind me. Look how his demeanor changed when all the attention was on him. When our whole focus was on, look at the difference in from this image to this image here in what minute? Within a minute, we got him laughing and excited. Now, people say I'm a huge kid, and I love that compliment. So with him, what I did was I had the sisters behind laughing, all excited. That made him laugh. I had them make funny faces towards him, and he started getting into it. Now notice, this is one of my favorite shots, right here. I just love it. I love how he was leaning forward, and he was excited. Now, only works for a short time. You can start seeing I'm losing his interest. He's not happy. He's thinking. In my mind, yes, I realize I already got the shot. So if I need to, we could end it, but I pushed it a little bit further, said a few jokes to him, and then I did one of these things. I said something funny to him. He looked at me. I hit my hand on my head. I said, huh, can you do that? And he did. Here's a great shot. I love this shot of him. And in black and white, it looks even better. But notice how his demeanor is changing all the way through, and there we are. So we worked with him for a little over 2 minutes. Now it's time to end it. If you push it too far, then when I wanted to do the portraits with him and his sisters, along with his parents, he wouldn't have anything to do with it. So instead, I brought in the older sister. The older sister had fun. I captured the shots of her. That was real quick. Then the cute little sister. Now, he was out having a great time. This is where, instead of relying on mom or dad, rely on the older sibling. Let the older sibling, if there's a good rapport that the kids have together, the older sibling helped out here. Now she felt a part of the shoot. Then from here, told the older sibling, tickle her. Right about here, now we have the candid shots that we're looking for. So all of that took place in a matter of a few minutes. Now we brought in just the women. So the little boy is watching. Now he's getting excited again, thinking, I'm missing out. So let's bring it down a little bit. Candid shots of mom and the girls. Brought in dad. And ready? Here it comes. There he is, sitting by the tree, not excited. Look what he did. And again, just so you don't think he's a sweet little kid, I stuck my tongue and did funny faces and asked him for a funny face, and that's how I got it. But look, we got some other good shots of him. I made a comment about his tongue. There he is. All right. Then we brought in mom and the kids and the little boy. Notice, again, he wasn't really into it. The sister said something funny. Look what he's doing. Come down a little bit more. Boom. There. We got the shot. There's the family photo. All right. Without the dad. They wanted mom and the kids. Here we are. And let's bring it down. And notice I'm losing him again. So he's sticking out his tongue. So what do? Have everyone stick out their tongue. Now it's not a big deal. First he did it to get attention with it. But everyone is doing it. He realizes not everyone has attention. Boom, another candidate. All right, and we just laughing about the tongues. Who was bigger? Who was smaller? And there we have the candid image, or the candid shot that we're looking for. Just let them run wild, have fun, see if any of these images were keepers. It's hard to tell them. The Spanish moss has lots of bacteria in it. He's running like Michael Jordan with his tongue sticking out. Sister involved. And then finally end it. We have some good shots. There he is again. Boom. With the family. Funny look. There's the after effect. Sister gets in. And nice candid shots. Now, do we want the hair looking perfect? In some portraits, yes. These are candid photos. And we wanted to show the personality of the kids. They're energetic. They're not the type of children that are all prim and proper, sitting up perfect like this. This is their character. This is their personality. If we had them staged in a studio, sitting on boxes, looking very formal, you would look back at this over the years, and the kids would have said, wow, that was us. So, again, you're trying to look deep. What are these kids? What's the personality of them? And again, the candid shots are just as nice or as funny as the regular shots. So don't forget to get the candid shots along with the shots that you're going. All right? So I hope this was helpful. We want to blend the photography part with the editing part. Because at Skylum, our goal is to make a better photographer. So if we teach you how to do it in camera, get those shots you're looking for, and then use Luminar to enhance them to make them look better. Instead of repairing damaged photos, your images are going to look so much sharper. All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you at the next coffee break.